Hey guys, Coach Miles here to describe the 4-4-2 diamond formation. It starts with 4 in the back, 4 in the midfield in the shape of a diamond, which is where this formation gets its name, and then 2 at the top. So our back 4 consists of 2 center backs and 2 outside backs. Our midfield consists of 2 central midfielders set up as a defensive midfielder and an attacking midfielder, and then 2 wide midfielders here in the left and the right. And our front 2 can be set up a couple of different ways. We have it set up here as a second striker and a center forward, though I think the way we'll probably be playing more is with 2 forwards in this position that are free to move about from side to side. And of course, don't forget about the trusty goalkeeper keeping all of us together here in the back. Let's begin by discussing the general zones of the field that each position is responsible for. And let's begin with the center backs. So if we look at the center back's primary area of responsibility, their zone, it's going to be focused on, you guessed it, the center and the back. And as the attack builds, they'll be supporting the attack, providing, back passes and looking to play the ball forward, coming up into the opponent's half of the field, and helping the attack develop. And then as our opponents win the ball, they'll be here trying to break up play in the center and then moving back, if necessary, all the way into a goal line clearance kind of a situation. Now, if we look at where center backs actually end up roaming during the course of the game, we would see something much more like this. If they need to support their outside backs and cover for outside backs, getting all the way out and pushing farther into this area to win 50-50 balls or aerial duels, things like that. And again, they work as a partnership, so as they push up, you'll probably see coverage to that effect. So, of course, during the course of a game, and this is true for all of the positions, there's going to be quite a bit of variation away from just the primary area responsibility. Okay, I want to jump now from the center backs to the outside backs, the left back and the right back, or the full backs as you'll hear them called. Now, as you guys are making the transition from kiddie soccer, at the YMCA, to grown-up soccer and the competitive level, these 2 positions really change, probably more than any of the other positions on the pitch. And to explain that a little bit more, I'll bring back the rest of the formation here. The 4-4-2 diamond is known as a pretty narrow formation, and the reason that tends to be is that if these guys stay super wide all the time, we only have 2 men in the midfield. And what tends to happen is that these players will tend to tuck in to help win that central midfield battle. Now these guys, as we'll see, are still expected to get wide, and both offensively and defensively. But the 4-4-2 diamond tends to be a narrow formation. And so the left back and right back are called upon to create the width, the attacking width in this formation, and to get truly end to end, and to provide this critical support. And so these positions are constantly involved in the offense in an attacking 4-4-2 diamond. And so a general rule, is that if the ball is moving up, if we have the ball and we're attacking on this side, this back is expected to be all the way in on the attack, and to be at the very least, providing back passes, but as likely as not overlaps, and from out here they can cut in, and so it's a very aggressive attacking position. And so the types of players we need there are very fast players, players with a lot of endurance, and players with a kind of an attacking, marauding, rampaging mentality that really want to get up and down and create havoc by overloading the defense out on the wings and really forcing the issue. Some great examples of players to look at that are like that would be, Philipp Lahm, captain of Bayern Munich in Germany, Dani Alves, Brazil and Barcelona, Sergio Ramos plays a lot of right back for Real Madrid in Spain. Those are just some classic kind of winger types of players out there. So if we look at our primary zones of responsibility for the left back, it's pretty striking here. You're expected to get all the way up and down to provide crosses into the area when we're on offense, and to cut in to the center and score if you can, or to overlap in, and so to really, at the very least, be providing support for the attack as it goes up. But now in defense, you've of course got to get all the way back here to defend against crosses coming into the area, and also to provide cover into the center, especially if your friend the right back has gone up, to tuck in, to the center, and to provide cover in here as well. So you can see it's really a big area to cover, and so we're expecting these players to really have really great endurance. And one of the nice things about playing at our level right now is that we can make a lot of substitutions, so we expect these players to get tired out and can always, get a change if they need to, but really to be a part of the attack. Now, the general rule for these players is that as the player on this side goes up, his opposite number needs to probably stay back a little bit and cheat in towards the center to provide defensive cover as our formation gets stretched in this direction. And of course, if we just flip this around, we'll see the same thing, happening on this side, that this left back here would tuck in towards the center and be in communication with the center backs to figure out what needs to be covered and how. And so if we're on the attack, you could think about the zones of responsibility as being something like this. The right back in this case being up in the offensive end, and the left back maybe tucking in more to the center, and then still looking to, if necessary, get up and make plays in here, but also really thinking about covering back in the defensive zone. So I think this is a good place to end this first video discussing the 4-4-2, and in the next video we'll pick up with the positional responsibilities of the midfield and the forward players.